going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for stopping by. Today I'm doing the emissions test on this car, so it's probably gonna be a little bit of a shorter video, but I'm also gonna do a checkup since the last issues with the oil and all that. So yeah, let's get into it. All right, here we are. One thing I'm gonna do before I go is change this clamp around. So you see it's good right there, but on the underside it kind of comes off, so it's not fully sealing the downpipe to the turbo, which was causing some oil smoke from there. So I'm just gonna loosen that, sit it how it's supposed to, and then tighten it, and then I'll start the car, run it for a little while, and then yeah, take it over to emissions. It's about 10 minutes away, so I'm gonna get a move on. Yeah, so here's what I'm talking about. I got the V-band clamp up loosened, and this is where the downpipe meets the exhaust side of the turbo, and it was sealed right here, but down like on the side and underneath it wasn't sealed. So I'm just gonna take this, see if I can do this on camera. I'm gonna do it perfectly over both sides, both flanges. So you can see down there is where it was off before. Alright, I'm gonna set the camera down, but you get the idea. I'm just gonna get that seated over both sides, close this up, and then I'll start the car. Alright guys, let this be a lesson for you. If you live in an emissions testing state, definitely don't do what I did and wake up late and show up 10 minutes before it closes, because look at this shit. I'm all the way in the back of the line. We'd go around there, and that's the building. So there's probably like 20 cars in line, maybe even more. I don't know what they're gonna do. Are they gonna shut it down right at 1, right, regardless, or are they gonna just close the gates and get everybody done who's in line? So yeah, we'll find out. But honestly, I think the chances are pretty low of it passing. I'm actually gonna load up my IE app here and connect it so I can see if it's actually even gonna pass. It's the IE power link. It's got a USB to connect to a computer, but now the newer versions, they can connect Bluetooth to your phone, so I don't even use the computer anymore. But yeah, this goes right into your OBD, and then I'll turn on the Bluetooth with this button, and I'll connect it to my phone. And there is actually, it's not like an emissions pass thing, but it's more like a scanner, you know, an engine health scanner, and it'll tell you if your systems are ready or if the O2 sensor is failing or something like that. So yeah, so right here it says engine, reading codes, engine codes not found. And then transmission, same thing, transmission codes not found. And then I go check readiness. So this is what I'm concerned about. It says fuel system's not ready. They might say something about that. Catalyst not ready. That's probably going to be the issue if that shows up on their thing, which it probably will if it's showing up on mine. So yeah, catalyst is not ready. You see there's no green circle there, and same with O2 sensor, oxygen sensor. So I probably won't get like, I mean, yeah, I'm probably going to fail it, but they're not going to be like mad or anything. It's just, they're just gonna say it's not ready, so I have to figure that out. So yeah, I have to figure out how to get that O2 sensor to read, and then catalyst to read yes. If you guys know what I'm talking about, you know why it says that. It's just because of the modification that I chose to make on this car. So one thing that you guys will see probably a lot on this channel is I like to just do things, right, make decisions, and worry about them later, right? It's not always a good way to go throughout life, but also I try to stay away from the reverse of that, of the, oh, I don't want to do this because of the repercussions. It's like, you know what, do what you want to do and worry about that shit later. So now it's later, I'm gonna worry about it. There are ways, so we'll figure it out. But I'm making my way up in line here. There's probably like 5 more cars ahead of me, and it's 1 minute before closing. So hopefully they don't just seal it off and tell us all to go home, but hey, they have perfectly good merit to do so if that's what they want to do, so we'll see. Alright, so just what I thought, it rejected, and it's because certain monitors aren't ready. So I have the paperwork next to me, but I'm driving. Yeah, O2 sensor monitor not ready, and catalyst sensor not ready, so that is due to reasons that I already know, but I just wanted to get that failed test first before I go ahead and spend money making it pass. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. He said drive it for 7 days and come back. I am going to drive it for 7 days and see. I'll check on my app and see if those monitors are still not ready after the 7 days. If they're not, then I'll have to buy a part. It's gonna take a couple weeks to get that and then get it installed. So let's do a little pole ski here, right? I haven't done too many poles in this car since the mishap last week, but yeah, I think I might still be getting an exhaust leak. It sounds pretty drony on like certain RPMs. It's not as bad as it was before, but definitely sealed up some of the exhaust sound with that clamp that I tightened this morning, because before I could hear like a lot of the sound from the front of the car, right from the turbo area, so that's not good at all. So it sounds like I got that fixed up. I was just acting like I wasn't looking at a camera because I was going by a cop, but yeah, I kind of knew this was gonna happen. Still wanted to do the test, but I'm gonna see if I can get some driving in for you guys, and then I'll probably wrap up the video back at home. I do want to empty the catch can today as well too, so it's been exactly 1 week, actually 1 week and 1 day since the shop did what they did. They did an oil change and emptied it out, so I'm gonna empty it out today and see how much liquid is accumulated in there over 8 days. So we'll find out. All right, here we go. This is gonna be the first wide open throttle hit since the oil issue. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Quick little 80 roll right there, or shit, turn the camera around. Quick little like 40 to 80, not bad, dude. She feels solid, bro, and she hooked that time too. It's been nice and dry out, so. Ah, man. See now right here, it's 1 or 2 lanes down to 2, or 2 lanes down to 1, but yeah, this always happens. People gotta filter in and everyone goes slow, so. Luck of the draw, am I right? But yeah, I'm really excited to get some more like, poles and maybe even some roll racing this summer. I'm actually super excited for that. It's gonna be a good time. So yeah, winters are very long here in the Midwest. It's like a full 5-6 months sometimes, but it's actually warming up pretty early this year. It's March 1st at the time of recording this video, and it's like 37 right now, which isn't bad. Usually it's still like in the 20s in March, maybe early 30s, but yeah, it's almost 40 today, so that's really good. And all last week it's been like 50 during the day, but then when I get out of work it gets colder, so it sucks, but that's what we're dealing with. But yeah, we're gonna get some warmer days hopefully earlier this year, and I can start taking the bike outside, doing some stunt videos. I'll probably just start off with like practicing, right? I'll just take the camera to a parking lot and start practicing wheelies. I want to get really good at circle wheelies, like slow wheelies, that type of stuff. I think the balance point is gonna be pretty easy for me to find. I haven't found it yet on the Grom because I'm really scared. It's a 2022. I'm the first owner. When I bought it, it was 0 miles. I got it from a dealer. So like, it's one of those attachment things that you don't want to drop it. But I think what's gonna help is that I want to get a 600, maybe a 400, but I want some sort of a sport bike. I'm looking at the Kawasaki Ninja. And I think if I got one of those, that would help me wheelie better on the Grom, because the Grom is no longer the nice new bike, right? If I had a newer, nicer bike and it's a faster one, right, that would be my careful, and I can just, destroy the Grom at my leisure. So, I mean, what do you guys think? Like, Groms were meant to be destroyed, right? Like, it's 2022. If I had like a 2014 or 2015, shit, dude, I'm taking the plastics off of that. I'm putting dirt tires and everything, but it's a 2022, so it's hard. And the yellow paint is still sparkly. It's nice. It's never been dropped. It's never been scratched or anything. So that's one of those attachment things. Those of you who have motorcycles, you guys know what I'm talking about. You wanna go to the next level. You wanna push yourself, but you don't wanna fuck up the bikes. So it's one of those things. But yeah, end of my rant here. When it gets warmer out, I want to get that thing out. I'm not gonna give a fuck. I'm just gonna do everything that I want to do, because this is raw dog speed and stunts. Alright, so now I'm just gonna empty the catch can, and this is something that I'm gonna guess I have to do about every 2 weeks. But to start here, I'm gonna check it every week just to see what I'm got in there. So I was doing some reading on the IU website with the catch can kit, and yes, it says it's not recommended to use during the winter, especially in sub-freezing temperatures. And they recommend even not running the catch can during the winter months. The other thing they say is to at least just check it like every now and then and see what's in there. You're probably going to find a lot more fluid in there than usual than over the summer. So that has to do with the condensation that I was talking about. The condensation that was building up in there every time you start the car, and then it freezes overnight. Then you start the car again, it warms up, all that moisture. Normally that gets run through your turbo and then through your intercooler and everything like that, so the catch can is what minimizes on that. The downside is, of course, I'll have to check it all the time because of what happened the other day where it got full and oil got backed up all the way throughout the back. So I wish I was recording when that happens. You guys know what I'm talking about. But yeah, just a trail of white smoke out the back for wherever I was driving. So yeah, I'm just gonna empty this thing out. I'm assuming that there is gonna be some stuff in there because you can see the outside is wet. especially down there. So that's probably some of the condensation on the outside of the can. So the other thing is, right below the can, if I were to empty it right how it is now, it would get the whole like bottom side of my frame here wet. So to avoid that, I'm going to use this little like curved guy here. I'm going to stick it on the bottom of the drain, and then you see I got a pan down there off to the right. So down there. So yeah, I'm pretty much, I don't know, I guess I'm gonna try and set up the camera right here, but I'm gonna need 2 hands to hold this and then to loosen the screw at the bottom. It's like a T handle screw, so they make it easy to do without a tool. You can just use your fingers like that, so it's impossible. Alright, well, the other thing I'm gonna try then is, since I can't get both my hands on there, I'm gonna grab the Allen wrench for that screw right there and kind of be able to pull the catch can up a little bit. That should be our solution here. Got my correct Allen wrench here, so I just need to loosen it. This is a 5mm. So I have this guy torqued pretty hard on there. There we go. So this should make it easier to drain now. Well, that's gonna be like right down there, so give me a sec. Alright, so this is pretty much drained all the way out. I kind of left it sitting here for a couple seconds because it was dripping, but maybe I can show you. So yeah, this is like the most impossible thing to show you on camera, I swear. I couldn't hold the funnel and spin this while having the camera at a good angle. I did have to get it up here, so I loosened it to where it is now. You can see it dripping, and then I held the red flexi funnel, which I dropped into the drain pan. I held that at such an angle so that it would all drop into the drain pan, and it was like this foamy, like white, yellow, orange type stuff. It's like it's definitely kind of condensation. It's not oil, but yeah, I guess that's what I gotta do every now and then, and I'm sure I'll be a pro at it from how often it gets cold around here. So yeah, that's pretty much it. You just do it like that. And yeah, I got the bottom drain plug tightened back up, got the mount bracket back in place, and yeah, I guess there's no clean way to do it unless I get better at it, but it's got everything wet anyway. And then I guess I'm just gonna expect these natural oil spots towards the back end of the car here. So if you look, the inside the mufflers have quite a bit of oil coming from them. Those brown residue spots are dried up oil, and the whole thing is wet from oil, and it's been dripping for a couple of days now. But again, that is normal. There was so much oil that was running through the system that day when I had the white clouds that that oil's still all up in there everywhere in the pipes, and the mufflers are going to hold oil because of the way that they're designed. So I'm gonna expect this for a little while, and like I've been saying, I want to clean them all out when I get a day that's warm enough. And I'm even thinking about getting a S3 catback at some point, because I have the S3 diffuser to go on the bumper I was talking about too. So this catback's gonna get changed at some point. But yeah, I just thought I'd mention that. Not to mention the bumper itself. From all the oil that's been coming out of it, it's got this like matte finish almost on it, and it's from the oil. It's just from burning all that oil. But yeah, guys, that is gonna be it for this video. Thanks again for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed everything that's been happening with this car so far. A lot of light on my face a little bit. We recently hit the milestone of stage 2 on the IE. And we had a little mishap with the oil. I think that is normal in the cold with the oil catch can. Yeah, comment down below what you guys want to see more of with this car. Like this video if you found it entertaining at all. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you guys next Sunday. Stay objective driven.